realistic. It just things need to be put together right. You know, like I don't know. I had a WBO for a little bit, but for some reason those guys were giving me a hard time the whole time. So I'm very comfortable with the WBC. I've been saying this over and over again. I'll fight these guys. I'll unify with these guys, but I'll probably drop the belt right after. I'll beat these guys for the title, take their title, and vacate it right away. They can, or they can keep it, you know. But I'll fight all these champions because that's what we want, right? We want Fondora to fight these champions or fight these fighters. But they can keep the belt after. I don't care. I'm happy with the WBC.
Eddie called this a takeover for you at 154. Ultimately, you and Fondora have to cross paths.
I feel like everybody gotta come to me regardless through this weight division. Like I said before, I'm the cash cow of this division. If anybody want to fight, they're gonna make the most money fighting me than anybody else. So I feel like I'm the cash cow of this division, and I'm the best.
To have the right weapons, and he's gonna be calling on the right weapons all night long. I have no doubt about that from this dude right here. And I know with all 16 plus weapons that Boots got, Boots be like this.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta, bruh. With this one right here, it's gotta be, all right, shotgun.
What about Fondora? I mean, obviously, you know, I feel like there was a point in time you was calling his name too.
Yeah, nah, I mean, again, Fondora is just fighting the elderly that they have at PBC. He just fought Thurman. He just pulled out Charlo, Spence. Spence was good 3 years ago. Charlo was good 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Thurman, 2019.
Yeah.
So you got what I'm saying? I was making my pro debut when he was in his prime. So it's like, this guy he doesn't care about greatness. He cares about having good names that are...
The internet has been buzzing with claims that Sebastian Fundora is suddenly feeling the pressure after Jaron Boots and has publicly promised to take him apart. Some headlines are pushing the idea that fear has taken over the champion's camp. But the bigger story goes beyond simple pre-fight trash talk. Boots Ennis hasn't merely challenged the massive 154-pound champion. He has laid out what appears to be a detailed strategy for breaking down Fondora piece by piece.
When you're fighting a guy like Fondora, you know what I mean? Then later on, you sneak that shot in and try to take him out, you know what I mean? That right hand, you know what I mean? Every time Fondora fights, he drops his hands. He's so tall, he drops his hand. That's when you slide in and drop down and come up top, boom, with the right hand and left hook behind it. Not just one shot, you know what I mean? Just in case you miss with the right hand. But you gotta get in. You gotta get in sometime, you know what I mean? There's sometime I would switch up, you know what I mean? Frustrated.
While fans are waiting for Fondora to answer, Boots has already put his plan on display. The formula for dealing with the 6 feet 6 inches giant is no longer a secret, and he seems completely confident that nobody can prevent him from putting that strategy into action.
54 pounds, the most skilled fighter, the most talented fighter, the most athletic fighter. All of those things, I think Jaron Ennis is, despite some of the comments that were made by Tim Bradley about him being a dog and Jaron Ennis is that guy. Man, this is going to be a tougher fight for Jaron Ennis than what I originally thought. Fondora will be able to hit Boots from range. Boots is going to have to really use his head movement, use his defensive skills, slip shots, get on the inside, throw shots to beat somebody like Sebastian Fundora. I'm excited about this fight, and I know he got Xander Zayas coming up, and I think most people expect Boots to get by Xander Zayas. I expect Boots to get past Xander Zayas as well. It's not for Boots to look past Xander Zayas, but for right now, I'm going to look past Xander Zayas. I think this fight could be between him and Sebastian Fundora could be the biggest fight at 154 pounds. I thought it was him and Virgil Ortiz, but I don't know. This fight could be bigger. This is a huge challenge for Jaron Boots Ennis, one that I would love to see him.
Ignoring the physical difference between two fighters, when one is nearly half a foot taller, requires an enormous amount of belief. But Boots clearly has that confidence. When the conversation turned to Fondora's unusual height and reach, he showed absolutely no hesitation. Rather than treating those advantages as something terrifying, he challenged the entire idea that Fondora's size makes him impossible to solve. Boots explained that after facing countless styles throughout his amateur and professional career, he has already seen the kind of approach Fondora brings. In his eyes, Fondora isn't some impossible puzzle. He sees a fighter whose patterns can be recognized and handled. To Boots, the height creates more problems than advantages once the fight gets close. He simply refuses to be intimidated, believing that a bigger opponent also gives him a larger target to attack.
His style is very unique.
I mean, I don't know. He just tall. He tall. Like I said, I don't watch him, so I can't really give you sit here and like explain. Like, when the time comes, I'll watch him. But as of right now, from this little stuff that I be seeing, it's like he's just a tall person fighter. From the stuff that I be seeing.
What do you feel about him losing to Keith Thurman, losing to Fondora? What do you feel like Keith Thurman should have did to deal with a guy that tall, since you're used to dealing with bigger guys?
With taller guys, you got stay in their chest. You got to be in their chest. You got to dog them out, and don't let them get no room.
What really has people talking, however, is exactly how Boots intends to put that confidence into action. He has described a strategy built around wearing Fondora down from the inside against someone with extraordinary reach. He knows that simply standing at long range could play directly into the champion's strengths. His answer is to close the distance, get underneath that long jab, and force Fondora into a physical fight where his reach becomes less useful. Once inside, Boots plans to attack the body with calculated pressure. His idea is simple. Damage the foundation first by constantly working Fondora's midsection. He wants to take away his stamina, force his hands lower, and gradually drain him mentally and physically before looking for the finishing sequence.
And if, because Fondora more like, he kind of robotic, and if you got a guy that can flash in on you and can move with athleticism, that can throw him up, I think Boots, that'd be perfect for him. I think they've been moving him a little cautious, but I'm thinking he got it to do it. I'm looking for Boots to do it. I be looking for Boots. If I'm Boots, if I don't get the Xander Zayas fight, I want him next. Give me a tune-up, then give me Fondora next.
That's what Roy was saying, that he wants the winner for Sebastian Fundora, the winner of Boots and Zayas. Looks like we're going to get Boots and Zayas in the summertime.
That's great.
How you expect that fight to go?
Like I say, this is a good fight with top junior middleweights. What's the kid's name? He's fighting really good. He's boxing real good now, Xander. He done filled out to a true junior welterweight, and he's maturing. He got the 2 championships, unified champions. Man, it's a good fight. Good fights, both of them. I think, like I say, everybody gonna favor.
As excitement surrounding this potential matchup continued to grow, another major name entered the conversation. Terrence "Bud" Crawford recently gave his opinion on the possible super fight, and his prediction immediately created headlines. Crawford sided with Fondora, believing the champion's enormous size and high punch output could create too many problems for Ennis to overcome.
Great fight, congratulations to Fondora for his magnificent victory. Shout out to Keith Thurman, heart of a lion, and the better man won that day.
Is Fondora beatable? Could you beat him?
He lost before already.
Well, I know, but he sort of made some adjustments and come back as a bit more of a killer. I should phrase it, is Fondora beatable these days?
All fighters is beatable. It just take the right.
For a less confident fighter, support for the opponent from someone like Crawford might have created doubt. Boots, however, appeared completely unfazed. Instead, he brushed aside Crawford's prediction and described Fondora as an easy assignment. That reaction only created more speculation among fans, with some suggesting Crawford may have reasons beyond pure analysis for backing Fondora. The theory is that a rising fighter like Ennis could eventually threaten Crawford's position and legacy. Whether that speculation has any truth behind it or not, Boots showing no concern over Crawford's warning has only made the rivalry more interesting.
154, you said Fondora would beat you. What do you like your thoughts on that?
I don't care no longer. That stuff be bothering me, but like I said, I'm the best at 154. Everybody know it, and I'm gonna keep standing each other every time out.
So we saw you in the last few fights, and you flattened down, you walked forward on guys, and you got guys out of there.
Yeah.
Do you feel like fighters don't remember when you were moving light on your feet and and showing your other skill sets? Do you feel like they're underestimating you when it comes to that? Like he's gonna chase you or feel like he can get around you?
I mean, like I said, I don't care what he do. It's nothing he really could do to stop what I got going on right now. I'm super locked in, super focused, and on chest game. Whatever he brings to the table, we're gonna be ready. You know, we got a lot of guys that's going to, you know, deliver, you know, at camp, and we're gonna show up.
I know previously you fought, forgot the guy's name, Lima, and then before that you fought Stan Jonas. You know, kind of guys that like stand in front of you. But before that you fought Karen, even though you won every round.
You know, Boots, I refer to you as the phenom. Roy Jones, he said that you remind him a lot of him last week, and he said that you are a serious problem.
Yeah.
When you hear Roy Jones say stuff like that, man, what do you think about that?
Roy Jones, one of my favorite fighters, so it's a blessing, you know.
Crawford's prediction has now split the boxing community into competing camps. Inside professional boxing circles, several elite fighters are openly supporting Boots. Shakur Stevenson, for example, has made it clear that he believes strongly in Ennis. Stevenson has praised Boots' intelligence inside the ring and confidently stated that he sees Ennis beating Fondora whenever the two meet.
Boots a hell of a fighter.
And what you think of the promotion and the crowd and the energy here in
I love
Philly?
the energy at Matchroom.
Big meeting for you next week. Eddie.
You said what? We're going to talk, but like I said, I love the energy at Matchroom.
Sounds good.
Crawford versus Boots, who wins given tonight's performance?
I'm not answering that question. I love my big brother Bud. I think he's a hell of a fighter. I think Boots is the future of boxing, and two hell of a fighters.
You see him being undisputed at 147? You think he'll be undisputed at 147?
Among hardcore fans, especially across online boxing communities such as Reddit, the argument is far from settled. A large group believes Fondora's massive frame, extraordinary reach, and constant punch output could make him one of the toughest possible opponents at 154 pounds. But supporters of Boots point to a major weakness in that argument. Fondora has sometimes chosen to fight at close range instead of fully exploiting his natural distance. That habit could leave openings for a sharp counterpuncher like Ennis, especially if Boots can consistently get inside and punish those mistakes with accurate combinations.
Get you ready. Can't nobody beat you. Well, sometimes you got to get ready for the guy across from you. And what I now know about this dude, he getting ready for who's across from him. And that's why I'm breathing like that, because I know without a shadow of a doubt, he's going to be ready. He's going to have the right weapons, and he's going to be calling on the right weapons all night long. I have no doubt about that from this dude right here. And I know with all 16 plus weapons that Boots got, Boots be like this.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta, nah, bruh. With this one right here, it's gotta be, all right, shotgun, don't. All right, stab him. All right, done. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta be pulling out the right things at the right time. We gotta be prepared to come to the ring with 8 weapons that we know we need against this dude. Not 16 weapons because we got 16. And to me, that's the difference between a Boots Ennis and a Sebastian Fundora. I don't know who will win that fight because all those weapons are amazing.
Yeah.
And at any point, any of those weapons could work against this dude. But this guy has the ability that I now know he knows.
At the same time, while Ennis continues preparing for his own takeover, Fondora has already sent a serious message to the entire division. His position at the top was earned through dangerous performances, not handed to him. Fondora recently recorded a major victory over former champion Keith Thurman, stopping him in the 6th round. That result showed that the 6 feet 6 inches champion is far more than a curiosity because of his unusual size. He carries legitimate power and can maintain serious pressure throughout a fight. Fondora currently holds the throne, and everything about his recent performances suggests he has no intention of giving up those belts without a fight. The Thurman victory served as another warning that getting into close quarters with Fondora can become extremely dangerous, and anyone who underestimates his power could pay a brutal price. But before this dream matchup can become reality, Boots has one major obstacle standing directly in his path. On June 27th at Barclays Center, Ennis is scheduled to face the explosive undefeated Puerto Rican prospect Xander Zayas. At just 23 years old, Zayas enters the fight with confidence and ambitions of following the path established by Puerto Rican legends such as Miguel Cotto and Felix Trinidad. While fans are already looking ahead toward a possible Fondora showdown, Zayas was the one who actively pursued this opportunity against Ennis, putting his perfect record on the line for a chance to make a major statement. This is a high-pressure fight where one undefeated fighter is guaranteed to suffer the first blemish on his record. If Ennis takes Zayas lightly for even a moment, the entire plan for reaching Fondora could disappear immediately.
Listen, a fighter can want that all they want. How do you convince Top Rank to do some shit like how does that happen? And
I'm
why
that
does
guy
it happen?
because I'm that guy. It's simple. I'm that guy. He's the number one supposedly.
The stakes surrounding this division have reached another level, and everything appears to be moving toward one massive collision. If Boots Ennis gets through the challenge of Xander Zayas this weekend, a potential undisputed showdown with Sebastian Fundora could become the matchup everyone wants to see. It would bring together two completely different forces. One fighter relying on timing, technique, and ring intelligence against another who uses extraordinary dimensions, relentless output, and serious knockout power. The strategy has been revealed. The warnings have already been delivered, and now the boxing world is waiting to see which side proves correct. When these two finally meet, the question will be whether elite technique can overcome an opponent built like a giant or whether Fondora's unusual physical advantages will continue controlling the division. Who do you believe will leave with the crown? Share your prediction in the comments. That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next boxing updates. Let us know your thoughts below, and we'll see you in the next.